Heavy conversations.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Demetria McKinney, chilling right here at the reality table.
What's the gossip, who she love on? This tea get hotter when you touch it. Forget about that he saying that she say. Tell me what the streets say. Got them tuned in, they running back just like a DJ. What you bring to the table?
Welcome back, season 4 of the reality table. I got my special guest co-host, Mr. Stevie Baggs and Mr. Shannon Brown.
Salute.
Shannon.
How y'all doing?
Great, great. We excited about this one, Lex.
Okay. We have a great, a very special guest. One of our good friends. I'm gonna let Stevie introduce, bring her on.
But hold on, before we talk about our guest, I got a question. How are you doing? You asked how we doing. How you vibing?
I'm okay. I'm good day.
You okay or you good?
Great day.
Okay, all right then. Yeah. So
day.
yes, y'all. For those of y'all who do not know, we have an amazing guest on deck today. Actress, songwriter, singer, mother, just a phenomenal woman.
Yes.
Great being that just so happens to be a human. Y'all show some love for Demetria McKinney, man.
What's up?
Yeah.
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
Yeah. We're just gonna dive into the topic.
I'm a little scared.
Y'all all
should be. How do you keep men-women at a friendship level? And then I'm gonna go into the subtopic. If dating with someone, how do you separate business and pleasure for the business to thrive?
Y'all just gonna do me like that, huh?
Kick the door in, my goodness.
One more time. If dating someone, how do you keep business going within the relationship?
Mm-hmm.
I think that there has to be some degree of separation. I'm not with that all-inclusive, all the time, everything. I think everybody has to remember that we were individuals before we got together, like even in marriage, right? Because marriage is low-key a business relationship too, if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
So even in marriage, they talk about how two people are supposed to become one flesh and everything. I disagree. I think that you're supposed to decide to walk together, but those two people are exactly who they started as, and they choose to make sacrifices for each other along the way to keep that thing sustained. You feel me? Mm-hmm. So as it pertains to business, if we're doing something together, it has to be collaborative. There has to be communication. There has to be boundaries, and there has to be some space where you feel open and free enough to say, I need a little bit of room for just a minute. Because I do believe that a bit of separation makes the heart grow fonder.
Yep. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. It does. I think that's dope. I think that's a dope take and a dope perspective, because sometimes you can be on top of one another so much. And we saw that during COVID.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When everybody had to be on top of one another, all these marriages that failed, because when you go to work and they go to work, and it's like, now I got that separation. Now we can come back and we can make it through.
Mm-hmm.
But you're really not happy. I think it's a time and season for everything. And eternity, I'm not eternal. You're not eternal. So how can a relationship be eternal? So we gotta talk about that. You can fight through it. I can force myself to be vegan or eat whatever I want to eat, but I'll be forcing myself to do that.
Yeah.
Right.
But
right.
I think that to the point of business, I think she brought up a great point. Separating those two sometimes is better than having all things together.
Mm-hmm. Even at the end of a long work day, if you had a bad day and you really want to come home and tell your spouse, but your spouse was part of the problem.
Right.
Where you gonna go?
Right. Sometimes those conversations need to be had, though.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? You got to tell them, like, this what happened, and it infected me. You know what I mean? And then y'all can work it out that way.
But it depends on the communicator and the person that you're with. Like, depending on who you paired with, that communication could lead to other technical difficulties. And now, where you go? Because you at home together, you got kids together, you got to cook for this dude that you don't really like right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
just don't put none in this food.
fair. That's fair. But yeah, you have to still have time for yourself. And even if y'all are, engulfed in everything together, having those weekends with your girls or having that moment, like even with me and my son, I used to do what I called fuck 'em days. Mm-hmm. Forget the bills, forget the kid, forget my mama, forget the housing, forget work, forget everything. And I took a day to myself that I knew was just dedicated to me, because if I could just refill me, then I could be everything else I needed to be for everything else.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
And that's a relationship that I have really strongly with myself. So I can't imagine, really just immersing with somebody in that space and not having a place to go where I can just refuel.
You have to.
Sure.
You have to do the self-love. We talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
Self-love is the key, man. You can't give it to anybody else if you don't give it to you.
Facts.
Yeah, and you got to have that zen and that balance so you are able to function on whatever level it is you might be able to, or whatever level it is that you might be trying to conquer, whether it's family, whether it's work, whether it's, you know what I mean, entrepreneurship, whatever it is, you got to have that zen, that balance so you can focus the right way.
Yeah, man, most people are in fight or flight, right? And that's why so many heart attacks, so many strokes and diseases, because you're burning the candle at both ends. You stress out at home, you stress out at work, you don't take care of your temple, you eating whatever, and you're not getting enough rest. Then next thing you know, somebody cut you off in traffic and you have a boiling point and you crash out, literally or figuratively. So it's a real thing. That self-love and that self-care is a real thing. And being able to separate sometimes from the people you love shows why you love them even more. It's a magnetism to make me want to come back there.
Absolutely.
When I can get by myself. Yeah. What's up? What you do? Yeah, you. It's introspective. You introspective over here. What's up?
I'm listening. You see, I'm listening today.
Yeah.
No, I mean, what you want to know?
I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I've never really seen you at a loss of words, so it's pretty alarming.
No, I think that, I mean, it just depends on what you're doing. Like, I think that, honestly, when you're building with someone, it's different.
Yeah.
I think if you're just dealing with someone, that's something else. But if you're trying to build something with someone, I think it's easier when you mix business and pleasure. Because, look, we're going to make sure everything, you know, in uniform on all angles. And I think that, like I said before, you got a problem, you just got to communicate that problem. I don't care how big or small it is, because something so small can turn into something so big.
Absolutely.
And I think that when people tend to keep it to themselves, that just causes more problems.
Agreed.
I know it happened for myself. So I think now I feel like the better question is, do you think it's a thing called over-communicating? And I say it like that because sometimes people want to know, but at the same time, sometimes you being the person that's over-communicating could be giving too much information. You know what I'm saying? That you probably should keep it to yourself, right or wrong.
I will let her answer that first.
I think again, it's contingent upon your partner, you know, and what you're really trying to do with that person. Like, I compare a lot of things to my relationship with my kid because I think that's the purest relationship I've ever had, right? So peep this. When he got from 0 to 7, it was certain things that I told him, life skills that just, you know, just stay alive, my dude. Just stay alive. I'll tell you everything else later, right? When he went from 7 to 14, he was a whole different human. So I was able to pour into him a little bit more of what was going on. You know, okay, mom, what's up with you every month? Oh, now we're having this conversation, right? Oh, okay, sex is coming into play. Oh, what's going on with that? Do you know how to use a condom? Right? Then from 14 to 21, this is a whole ass different person, right? So my communication, what I was able to pour into him and what I was able to receive back became very, very different, right? And that's coming from a young man. I ain't never thought about what it is to be a man and have all that testosterone, all those different changes and things happening within your body. But what he was able to convey to me taught me things. And that's because we grew in our communication and we grew in our partnership and we grew in our understanding of each of us being who we are at the time we're that. So trying to apply that kind of mentality to a person that I want to build with the same way. I mean, my kid is never going nowhere. Like, that is my best friend. Shouts to Cairo for real. But if I can't love you like that, and he still has his life, he's got his girl he's been with for 5 years. He goes and does his car thing. He's doing his own music thing. But when we come together and when we collab on our real estate or when we collab on music or when we collab on life generally, we're coming from our own perspectives, but we're choosing to walk that same way.
Right.
So anybody that you're dealing with, you have to understand the communication style. Everybody got their own. Some are avoidant. Some are extracurricular in it. You know what I mean? Some people want you to over-explain. But if you don't know your person and know yourself, that communication path is going to be a little bit hard to find.
That's why I watch Tubi movies. I learn from them.
You say what now?
She said she watched Tubi.
Man, listen. The reason I say that, listen, Tubi got so many problems. They got so many issues. You be like, dang, listen, them folks ain't just write them stories. That stuff happened.
But
Tubi, man, it's the new wave. You gotta get out of it.
You saying you can learn from anything?
Yeah,
Learn
and I'm
from
saying
anything.
like, so think about it. Tubi, I feel like Tubi has good plots. Now the acting might be subpar, or the blood going through the arm that didn't go through the arm.
Production quality
Crazy,
might be
right?
a little off. Yeah.
But the storylines always hit.
All right.
The storylines always hit.
Let me refocus.
Yeah. Tubi out. You gotta stop playing. It's
you know
real.
what? However you get it.
Yeah.
You get it. However you get it. But it is a time. I think it's a time and season for everything too.
Yeah.
I think it's a time and season for everything. And when you're communicating with not just a partner, but anyone.
Right.
Yeah.
You have to know when to share certain things and when not to. I think you can still be authentically you and not overshare. though. I think you can still be that. I think, and that takes a lot of wisdom to be able to know when to, okay, let me acquiesce to this situation right now, as opposed to going in because that's just how you're built.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But if I want to keep down confusion and I want my peace today, I'm gonna just chill.
But the other days you don't want your peace.
No, and the other days I just might be in
time.
some days I might have just time for it. And the time meaning, and that's real, going back to self-love, the time meaning I poured enough into myself to be able to explain and dive into this right now. But if I'm running on eat, bro, you got it. I got to put this energy towards building my other stuff right now.
But sometimes it's not that deep.
Yeah, yo.
You know, it may not be, oh, you made me eat pizza last night. Shit. All right, cool. Right? Versus why the bills ain't been paid for 6 months, my bro.
Right,
Like,
right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, you just.
It can go that long? 6 months?
Listen, I don't know. I'm just.
She said from Tubi. I'm giving examples from Tubi. The Tubi world.
I don't know. But yeah, you know, you just got to pick and choose your battles so you don't get to war.
What's we got on deck over here?
Yeah, because we've been on this one.
Yeah.
Boundaries.
Man, shit.
How you establish your boundaries with your partner?
But what kind of boundaries we talk about?
Yeah.
Boundaries. So if you're working with them and you got to set boundaries, kind of what you said before, but what would the boundaries be? And how would you have to establish those boundaries?
Shannon?
I just feel like boundaries, like with your partnership, it's like with me, everything goes back to just my peace. You know what I mean? I need you to be my peace. I need you when I'm outside. I need you to let me know what's going on, who you might have messed with, who you know what I mean, just to have my back. At all times, you know what I mean? But as far as boundaries go, when I need to get away, when I need to, you know what I mean, read a book, when I need to just let my mind go, let my mind flow, let my mind, do what it need to do to come back to, to some type of solace, allow me to do that. I don't need you nagging on, talking crazy, no matter what the deal is. Give me my, hour that I need, and then we can come back and we can revisit whatever it is that we might have to hash out.
Why you looking at me?
That was great.
I think what he said.
His boundaries is wild. That's all.
Gosh.
I think what he said was valid. Yeah. You know, I'm in a space in my life where whoever's connected to me, they not gonna allow me to do shit. I'm doing what I want to do and what I need to do, because when you give somebody else the autonomy to allow you to do something, then to me, then you're out of whack. I think you should be in a space where it's respectful, of course, in a relationship perspective, where you're being respectful, but I don't have to get an allowance to go ride my bike 20, 30 miles to take care of myself.
Oh my God.
But do you think, how that happened? How you went there? So my thing.
What do you mean? Because I'm saying that's the boundaries. That's a part of boundaries. Do
you communicate that with that person, or you just
quarter,
go?
I think authenticity is the number one thing that you have to do every time. I'm gonna tell you who I am first quarter, so there's absolutely no rhyme or reason that you confuse that this is my lifestyle. So if you come over here, then just be ready for that. So now when we get together, don't be confused by me going to do what I did before I met you. You know what I'm saying? So if I rode my bike 20, 30 miles, 40 miles.
Bike is important.
Yeah, that's where that bike is.
But a lot of people say they go do therapy. That's a part of my therapy.
Yeah.
I don't gotta go sit on the couch. I go sit on my bike and I ride. You know, bruh said he wanted to read a book. That's what he do. And I think we all find it in our way. But if you need that, whatever it is that you do, man, if you're not respecting that, then what we talking about? You know?
I think it's a couple of confusion. I get what you're
saying.
Well,
say it.
Yeah, I think
That's because women like to start fights. Y'all like to start fights.
Nah. We like clarity.
Yes.
Y'all like
I'm going to hold you to it.
No, it ain't necessarily vagueness. They go back to what we were saying as far as speaking your piece. Like, you know what I'm saying? So you don't want to over communicate. Like, if I'm feeling away, I'm gonna let you know. Like, I'm feeling away. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I expect you to respect that. You know what I mean? And let me get myself together so we can have this legit conversation. We could, figure out what it is that we need to do to move forward.
But peep this, right? Boundaries shift every now and again.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. According to the situation. If we just in the talking stage, my boundaries ain't shit. I got my boundaries set for me and what I need and what I'm gonna do, right? Like much like what you were talking about. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to do. Can't nobody make me what to do. It just is what it is, right? Now, once we get past talking and we get a little bit more serious, it's like, oh, okay, you know, I actually want to be in a space where this communication and this thing is kind of mutually exclusive, right? That's a whole different set of boundaries that now we have to talk about and prepare ourselves for. The biggest thing for me is don't take my choice away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Whatever those boundaries looks like, give me an opportunity to have the conversation. Let me express my piece in it. And then give me a chance to decide if I want to walk this walk with you and for how long that is.
I don't think everybody's transparent like that, though. Sometimes you got to figure it out.
That takes emotional intelligence. That takes personal security. That takes a lot of bullshit from the background. That takes a lot of quiet in your forefront.
Because how long did it take for you to get to that point? Because I think a lot of people say they want the truth. But when they hear it, then it's like they go haywire. Well, so how long did it take you to get to?
It took me about 15 years and some bullshit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You know, but again, you know, I was in a situation where somebody was telling me what they thought I wanted to hear when honestly, I was going to get the same degree of hurt. I just could have saved time.
That part.
And I could have respected you at the end of it.
That part.
You dig?
That part.
So if you don't take my choices away, like you might say, hey, I want a polygamous relationship. You're going to be treated well, da-da-da-da-da. You know, I'm a czar over in India and I'm going to do this for you. I might be down to be number 22. But if we don't have the conversation, then you don't know.
Right.
Makes sense.
And that's what I'm saying. If somebody tells you who they are at the door, and you want to try to change that, then baby, I don't celebrate holidays. Don't get mad at me because we get it together and I don't put a Christmas tree up. Like, that's not who I am.
But I think that too, you got to still take a step back because sometimes people sell dreams and they don't even acquire or they don't even hold up to what they sold.
Well, you have to recognize that you attract who you are. So if your discernment and your intuition is not in alignment, you should be able to read who this person is. That's a you problem.
That's a new generation.
Yeah,
no,
and you got the right to speak on that too. You know what I mean? You could go to them and tell them like you said this, that, and the third, and none of it came, to fruition. So, you know what I mean, kind of explain yourself, and see what they say. Like it's just about talking about communication. Now, if you're dealing with just a flat out, just liar and person just ain't on nothing, then it's time to, separate yourself and walk away. But I mean, if y'all got like a relationship that y'all want to work, I feel like y'all need, it's communication.
What was that movie that
what's
my guy? He played in the Titanic. Leonardo DiCaprio, but he played like a con man. I forgot.
Catch Me If You Can.
Catch Me If You Can. If he's that kind of dude, then I can get it. But most people are not that suave. Most people, I'm just telling you, the discernment and the intuition, when that kicks in, you're going to be able to see people for who they are.
And you got to believe it though.
There you go. You better believe them people when them people tell you who they are. And you can't be so caught up in the euphoria of them being cute and not acute, as I always say. Yeah, you cute, baby, but are you acute for me too? Right. You could be acute, but for somebody else. Right. You fine, but are you refined for me? And the way I look at information and process information, and that's what it boils down to, is like, if you're not on that type of time, why am I going to continue to force you to do this?
Yeah, don't take my choice.
Then now we talking about boundaries. The boundaries becomes now you in bondage. Fuck boundaries. Yeah. You both are in bondage now.
Y'all both throw it off.
Yeah, seriously, bro. She votes, you don't vote. She do holidays, you don't. She eat Chick-fil-A, you don't. Like whatever it is. And now you're just looking at it, oh, I'm attracted to her, so I'm gonna keep moving forward. But no, bro, it's bigger than y'all going to the gym and looking good together in a picture. Like when the rubber meets the road, what does this relationship really have in common and on the core level? Right. And then now the boundaries, well, shit, baby, if you like to cycle, I might like to cycle too. Well, now they can come cycle with you on some days. But I still need them days that I might need to go by myself.
What I'm telling you
do
is
too.
Everybody's not a Stevie and everybody's not a Shannon. And I'm just telling you, like, just being in the world within the past 5 years, it's a lot of dreams. And sometimes it take a lot more time to go by for you to figure it out because they that good. You know that. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
they that good.
Always.
Yeah, they're that good. So my thing is, that's why when I deal with anybody, I over communicate because I'm really I'm giving you all the game. And let me see what you bring back to me. Because I'm telling you who I am up front. Now let me see how you act. And that's the confusion part because people say one thing and do a whole nother thing.
You gotta show me. Show me better than you can tell.
Everybody on the show me state, but sometimes a nigga will show you one thing one day and then like, oh, this I was stressed, and then wait another. I mean, it's a lot of that going on though.
I think I gotta go, like I said again, you literally attract who and what you are. And until you learn that lesson to grow past that, you're going to keep attracting that energy. Like I cannot stress it enough. Whoever you are and whatever you want, you're gonna get that. Mm-hmm. And then when you move forward from that place, because I think a lot of times people just want to project like, oh, it's everybody else's fault. Yeah. But it's like, no, bro, I attracted this person. Mm-hmm. And where did you meet them at? And how did you meet them? And what were the circumstances? And all those things play a role if you want to talk about boundaries with people. I mean, I think it always goes back to boundaries are connected to your standard of living.
I feel like
your ethics.
With relationships or friendships too.
Yeah.
Friendships. That's why I don't even put myself in a position like I'll meet people, whatever, because I'm a networker. But I'm not about to put myself in a position just to believe what you tell me. I gotta let a couple of things happen. Just me, I like to test the water. I gotta let a couple of things happen before I make a decision. But I think lately when it comes to friendships, just a friendship, I ain't got time for you to figure you out. Right. I got enough friends and maybe some that will come and it's gonna happen the way it's supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. But me trying to figure out who you is or if you solid or this, the minute I see a red flag, like from a friend, I'm gonna watch that, I'm gonna pay attention, I'm gonna move with you a certain type of way. Yeah. So I think I just put myself in a space now where I like to meet people, you know me, so it's like, but now I ain't got time to just talk to everybody or do stuff with everybody or agree with everybody. Because some people are around you for certain people. And some people are around you because of what you got, or some people are around you because of what they think you could do for them, or vice versa, or what you can do for them. Yeah. And I think that plays a role with sanity. Because I tell people all the time, I do tell people, I used to go to therapy for a little bit. It just went for me. Because not the person I went to. Yeah. They having me doing this busy work. I'm not coming here. I'm not coming back here. Right. I could go do this somewhere else. It's going to cost this. Right. Whereas maybe if I've sat on the couch with someone else, we've had a conversation, okay, I can see why it worked. So
I just tell people to try different things out, and that's actually what I was going to ask Demetria. Like, what is it that you do to find your balance?
It's been a road. The first thing was making sure that I didn't need anybody. Everybody in my life is there because I want them there. Right. Mm-hmm. And I know that sounds a little bit self-centered to people, but it's like, I realized a little bit ago that not everybody is deserving of everything that I am. Yeah. I'm not going to give all my pieces away. I'm steady pouring from my pitcher. And then when my pitcher get low, everybody done drunk up on my water. They can't pour back. That's not it. So it took that. It also took me remembering me, remembering the person that I want to be. And even if I'm in that moment where I want to crash out a little bit or whatever, okay, no, I've grown past that. What would the old me be? Okay, I can't do that again. Let's go towards this other option. Yeah. As far as keeping my sanity and finding my peace, my son is a big part of that. My alone time is a big part of that. Travel is a big part of that. And then a lot of the things, ironically, I work out with my craft. Being an actress gives me an opportunity to walk in a lot of different shoes without having to stub my toe ever. So I get to see things from different perspectives and I get to experience things that I don't actually have to have consequence for. And then it gives me a different perspective as to how I want to deal with the different situations that may actually be paralleling in my life. Never Janine.
Never Janine.
Never Janine.
Hey, it's tricky to date actresses because
don't do that. We can touch on that.
I dated an actor and I think he was acting the whole time.
Well, some of us use our power for evil.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's not
but no, keep it real. Was it not tricky? That was tricky. That was a tricky situation.
Hey man, nah, listen, I don't act unless I'm getting checked.
I don't know. It would make sense if the person could actually act. But I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about. But I'm just saying, maybe you just a bad. Maybe you just a fire. And I'm talking that shit because I got chops. And if you don't believe me, hey, just watch. So at the end of the day, and I ain't even go to school for this shit. It's just it got to be in you, man. But I love how you're speaking, your communication. You're so dynamic. I love that because I think women should be able to see another woman operate in that glory, in that beauty. Because young women don't see women like y'all who come from different backgrounds, but are able to do business and able to still hold your divine feminine energy. Yeah, you're great and powerful in what you do.
And flourish.
But the divine feminine energy is what's attractive to a man because even if it's not on an intimate level, it's about like, dang, that's what that essence looks like. Yeah, even though she's bossed up in whatever she does, if she's a leader in whatever she does, that's what women I don't think overstand. Like the more you walk in that divine feminine energy, the more you're going to attract divine masculine energy. The more you operate in fight or flight, which is where most people are in, The women are acting masculine, the men are acting feminine. So then you only attract the negative version of that. But man, when you operate in that essence, you nothing but good can come
go
your way.
back to that authenticity too.
That's it. That's it.
Self-evaluation, no matter what you're going through. You know what I mean? You gotta take accountability for yourself first, and then you can go out there and, you know, tell, oh, I don't like the way you're doing this, or I don't like the way you're doing that, and I didn't already check myself. Like, you know what I mean? So it's definitely about that balance.
It's an inside job, man.
For sure.
Look, the accountability is the ability to account. Responsibility is the ability to respond. When you grow in life, you learn that man, I don't respond to shit that I used to react to.
Right.
Used to react to some things.
Yeah, for
I used
sure.
to react to some things. Now I respond to that shit. And the prefix to respond is responsible. You got to be responsible with your responses. And I think that just comes with learning and continuing to grow and doing the self-inventory, the self-awareness.
For sure.
It's like, bro, I ain't got time for what I do, or it's not enough for my energy today. And then you keep forging forward.
And that's what it's about, pushing forward at all times.
Yeah.
For sure.
So do you like to train, work out? You like the gym? Yeah. Would you say that's one of your places where you get your meditation?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm a tomboy.
Yeah.
So a lot of what I did growing up was, let's touch and see. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and that wasn't always healthy or helpful.
Right.
So yeah, I take a lot of my aggression out there. I take a lot of my I'm a Virgo, so I'm naturally hard on myself.
We're in this. She believes in it. The signs.
Oh, yeah.
He doesn't
Believe and understand where they could be applicable.
Similar.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Because I've
for
seen
sure.
some people and their traits, quote unquote, align with something. So because I've got that background or that history, I know how to deal with them a little bit differently.
Yeah.
Right. I know the Taurus is going to be bullheaded. One of my big little brother, Greg Fassett, is a Taurus. Okay. All right. He better turn into a cartoon character in just a second. So I know how to deal with that. You know what I'm saying? But because I know that I am very analytical with myself, I'm always pushing myself to be better and all of that stuff. The gym is a good place for me to try to exercise that muscle.
Yeah.
Mine's the gym in the mountain.
Yeah.
I think the last 2 years it was always going to Stone Mountain every Sunday.
Yeah.
Because it was just, I just felt like I was away from the world. Cell phone ain't really working up there. Just felt like I was away from everything for a little bit. Sometimes like just being away from a little bit. Like I'm not talking about like the people, but just the internet. Like sometimes disconnected. Sometimes I can't because of business, but just 2 hours away from it and I'm just around good people.
That's all I'm saying.
Stories for days.
So you keep asking me about the bike. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You can't be looking at no cell phone when you're trying to climb up a goddamn mountain. You know what I'm saying? You got to be locked in with nature, locked in with your breathing. Everything goes back to breathing. So many people don't even know how to take a breath and just sit down and just take a breath.
They got bars.
I
told you gotta breathe.
Like, you gotta breathe. I said, that sounds stressful. And he was like, nah, it's gonna relax you. I said, I'm gonna relax and fall asleep. But as for the disconnecting, I was filming in Vancouver for like 3 years. I literally, it wasn't that I didn't talk to nobody, but I ain't talked to nobody. I didn't pay attention to what was going on over here. And I got a chance to actually get out over there in that nature.
It's great.
With that air.
I love Vancouver.
With that people.
Did you go to Whistler?
All the time.
Yeah, it's dope.
Time.
It's dope. It's dope.
Skiing in a bathing suit. Who does that? You know what I'm saying? Just different experiences and stuff. And sometimes that's the mental clarity I need. I seek out experiences like a mug. I can't be in the same space of the same people, the same that ruckus. I can do it every now and again, but I need breaks. I need something that's going to stimulate me a different way.
Exactly.
So would you say that in the workplace, being a female actress, it's hard to set boundaries, or is it harder to set boundaries for people in the entertainment world because it's always someone hitting on someone, boom, boom, boom. But when you're an actual actor, do you think it's hard to set boundaries when you're dealing with?
Take it away, Stevie.
Yeah, because
she asked you.
I want to hear both of y'all.
But she tapped your leg too. Tap in. That's a loaded question.
It is.
Because as an actor, you don't just work for yourself as if you show on your taxes. Like you working for a producer, you're working for a director, you're working for your co-actors, but you're also working for fan number 4 you ain't never met. You're working for that person that's just gonna walk up and say, you changed my life with this role. Like you have so many different facets and people tugging at you. So I would say, yes, it's a bit harder, but that's why that self-awareness and understanding this is just a job. Like if you get caught in that hype and you get caught in that chase. Like, I could be a lot further if I had just laid down on that couch.
Come
You
on,
know what I'm
right,
saying?
come on.
Right? But that wasn't gonna work for me. I couldn't see myself telling that story to my kid who's now pursuing his dream, right? So yes, it's hard, especially as a Black woman in the industry. There are certain roles that we're looked for, and I believe that every story deserves to be told, you know. But we can also be ... We
Right.
don't just have to be contained and confined to this one
Come
thing.
on, man.
And so what I made it a habit of doing when we had auditions in person, especially, you know, they'd send me out for one part, and then I'd see, okay, Becky, what Becky hitting on? Oh, okay, all right. They may not know Becky can be Black too, right?
Right.
So I'll go and I'll do what they brought me in for, but I'll be like, hey, would you mind if I actually read for this role as well? I know you have other people. I'll come back. I'll sit my 15, 20 minutes, hour, and then I'll come back in and I'll show them who Becky could be.
Right.
And we start to expand the narrative that way as well.
That's what's up.
That's beautiful.
Right.
And that's the one thing I do miss about in-person
Yes.
auditions.
Yes.
You know, now for those of y'all who don't know, now in this day and age, most of our auditions are
Taped.
self-tape.
Yeah.
And so you don't get an opportunity to be in
personable.
front of the producers
Nah.
and people like you used to. You know, and I
They've been
forget
doing that for a while, right?
Yeah, since
COVID.
COVID. And after, even before COVID, it was happening, but it was now since COVID,
Yeah.
it's full throttle.
That's how you get your job.
Yeah, and now every once in a while you can get in person. You know, some depending on what region you're in and who the casting director is, but you're still not going to get that full. That's the executive director, that's the producer, that's the casting director, and they all in there at the same time.
Right.
Unless you're in like final rounds or something,
Yeah.
like a Disney or something like that, where they bring
Yeah.
you in and it's you and one other person on some intense look who finishes last shit.
Right, which is so wild, man.
Yeah.
When you know those reads, those they call them chemistry reads.
Yeah.
And they may already have another character already booked, and they want to see how 2 or 3 of the last top people vibe with that particular character. You know what I mean? And then they'll make their decision from there. But it's so hard to do that in a virtual space because you got to be able to feel energy.
Yes.
Right.
Like I can't look at it. Am I looking at the screen, ma'am, or am I looking to the side? Because no, for real, in your auditions, you're not supposed to look straight at the camera.
Right.
You have to look off to the side.
Right.
Now in the chemistry, do you want me to? Because I need to look her in her eyes in this scene and see what we dealing with.
Right.
So that can throw you off. You know, even as a speaker, when we went virtual, and the virtual was the same thing.
Yep.
It's like Becky leaves, a dog barking in the background, somebody baby crying, and you trying to deliver your message, and it's like it can just throw you off.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think the acting world is, I think it's just like any other industry. If you compromise at the door, if you compromise in the valley, you're going to compromise yourself on the mountaintop. That's how I feel about it. And whatever compromise is for you, that's you.
Do you feel like you've always been like that?
I do. I know I've always been like that because I was even like that before I knew it. Because sometimes the Most High just puts a covering over you to protect you from the things that you won't be able to protect yourself from. You thought it was rejection, but it was really your protection. Yeah.
Bars.
When I was on 11 teams in 10 years, I thought it was rejection. I'm like, damn, I'm way better than these. But why? Well, it was my protection. Because had I got $100 million at that point in my mindset, I would have lost my life and ruined other people's lives in a major way when that didn't have to happen. You know, what you smiling for, bro?
No, I just had a thought about what you said though. Like just, you know what I mean? Like certain, even with the $100 million, like sometimes some people ain't ready for it because you got so many people grasping at you. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know how to do it, like use it the right way. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people don't study up on what they want to do when they done. So now you got baby mamas. Now you got mamas, you got daddies, you got brothers, you got siblings, you got these cousins that then came from you don't know where. You know what I mean? So I smile because it's
it
like
hit you.
Yeah,
It was real.
sometimes it's true. Like you know what I mean? You don't necessarily get what you want when you want it. You get it when you're supposed to get it.
Yeah. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want.
Ooh.
We don't get in trouble for what we need. We only get in trouble for what we want. That's just what it boils. At least I'll say in my life, I've only gotten in trouble for the things that I want as opposed to what I need.
Man, God said you about to have this baby, and that set my ass down real fast.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I might have been a little wild if it hadn't been for Cairo.
Yeah.
But I had somebody to be responsible to, and I think God knew I needed that degree of accountability since I was so young.
Exactly.
When I had him. So, like you said, he gives you what you need in the space that you need.
Cause how your son 21, right?
26.
At 26 and you 28. I don't know. I'm trying to do the math. How do that work?
Math ain't math.
Yeah, Now we talking about calendar earlier, you know what I'm saying? The last episode we was talking
Really,
about
I'm
the
97.
calendar. But yeah.
Not the calendar.
Come on, man.
He gon'
No, I think when I had found my cat last year, I talk about it all the time. Oreo crazy, but
Cat lady.
cat lady now. No, he's a good. Like he really gave me a new perspective because I don't have kids. So just knowing I got to go home and feed him every day, or making sure he go play, go find a little other strange cat outside.
bigger than you.
Yeah, and I just think I think it really hit me when I found him last year in September. I felt like I was placed on this earth to help other people. Not necessarily. I know people say that, you know, generically or however they say it, but for me, that's how I feel. Because even if I never have a kid, or if I do, they'll obviously be the greatest child ever. But the point is, I learned early on, like, clearly it's not to be so appealing, or it's not for me to be so happy, but it's for me to find happiness. But at the same time, I feel like God delivered me here to help other people. Like, I do feel like I'm probably one of the disciples on the rough end. I'm trying to still get stuff in order. You know, just as a person, like my thing, I like to drink. You know, but I hopefully by the end of this year it'll be done. You know, I like to do. I'm not perfect, but my vices, I just feel like have came a long way from what they used to be. You know,
it's all about getting better though. If you ain't better in yourself, you ain't doing nothing.
Yeah.
I guess the self-inventory, like we were talking about earlier, is a part of that too. When you start to gauge everything that, and you know, what's important. You know, we used to say in football, the word win stands for what's important now. And so in your life, if you want to win, you got to know what's important right now for you. And then you make those decisions and you keep on going.
In basketball, we say get right or get left. You know why they say that?
No,
because a lot of people don't have no left hand.
You go right, and he ain't got no left.
Yeah, a lot of guards don't have no left hand, so they say get right or get left.
You either evolve or dissolve.
Go ahead.
Now, go ahead. Give me another one. What's up?
I mentioned my big brother. He was in the NFL. He said that NFL stands for not for long. So in his speeches, he always teaches about financial literacy and the process of after that, you know, and being prepared for whatever happens if that doesn't happen anymore.
Absolutely.
What's your NFL stand for? Tell them.
Niggas for lease.
Yeah.
They used to sell. They used to sell slaves. Now they lease them.
Get it.
You know, and it's like when you go into it ignorant, that's when you a nigga. You in the dark. You just night. You don't know the business. Right. Everybody love the show, but they don't understand the business. Even with TV film.
Yeah.
You know, you give a corporate person that's 21 years old $200,000, $300,000 a year. They gonna
2 weeks.
It's the same thing, and it doesn't matter the ethnicity either, because Mark Brunell was a white quarterback and he made $70 million and he had to file bankruptcy. And so it's about just information being shared and really knowing your worth, man. I don't get caught up in all of the things that I used to, because when you know your value, then you know your worth.
Yeah, and that go back to setting boundaries too, because I mean, even talking about the money part of it or the success part of it or whatever it is, like you're gonna have leeches. You're gonna have people that's gonna leech on you and try to attach themselves to you for whatever it is you can do for them financially or from a business standpoint or whatever the case is. And you got to be able to set those boundaries and let them know, like, this is what I'm trying to accomplish, this is what I'm trying to do. Either you on board or you ain't, you know what I mean? Because I'm gone, I'm taking off, and you can stay here or you can come with me. But if you come with me, it's certain protocol that you're going to have to follow. You know what I mean?
So you sit down and you have these conversations?
You got to. I mean, and if you don't have that conversation, you're going to show them. They're going to see it. Because you're going to start moving different. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then they going to start moving. Why he acting like that? I got bigger and better things that I'm trying to do and I'm trying to accomplish. Because I got responsibility. These people that just gave you this money, they want you to do the right thing by the money. You know what I mean? And so it's just about, again, that go back to the boundaries part that we talked about earlier.
Yeah.
Well, we're gonna play this. Go ahead.
I was about to say I don't attract at this point.
I thought it was off.
At this point in my
I put up my church finger.
And you know, hey, I'm telling you, you know, we used to get fined.
I know.
I'm just telling you.
I promise I did.
Hey, no, it's all love. Hey, $1,500, man. Let me get that. No, I was just saying, like, when you talked about the boundaries, bro, like, I remember being in a space when I first got to the league, and like you said, you see all these people and friends and family, new family members that come around and everybody that help you get there. I'm like,
right, what you mean? Where you
did 1 tour day. You ain't had one concussion yet, and you helped me get there. But I think that, you know, at this point, as I've ascended, and I think I'm just thankful for that growth of not getting the money too young, not getting a whole bunch of it too young.
Mm-hmm.
You know, being in a space now where it ain't nobody that can ever come in my plate and play with me in that particular way, because I'm already set a boundary for myself and set a standard that they know and I know.
Yeah.
Because you can't leech off me unless I allow you to leech off me.
Yeah, exactly.
So you can't. There's no leeches in my life.
You never had a hard time telling people no?
No.
Nah, I'm good at it.
Yeah,
First.
I used to. I used to be a people pleaser like crazy. Whatever you needed, whatever you wanted, I'd get stuff away. People always come up to me. You remember you gave me this, or you remember you gave me that. You remember? But then it got to a point where it's like I needed some people to be around for me, like, you know what I mean, to help me in the sense of what I might have been going through at the time, whether it's, you know, with my job, whether it's with marriage or whatever, and it was nobody there. And like, I'm the one who started this for my family. You know what I mean? What do you say? I started this barbecue. You know what I'm saying? Like, but then it's like, now it's like everybody feel like they quote unquote on your level. You know what I mean? And now it's like, everything is coming down on me, but I don't got nobody to help me because I done helped everybody.
That's what you were saying about that picture earlier.
Yeah, now it's kind of like, it's an imbalance. Now I gotta be by myself. You know what I mean? Now I gotta find that inner peace. I gotta find that zen. I gotta do that self-discovery again. But now when I come back around, I ain't gonna be that same person. You know what I mean? Now I gotta worry about me. And then, you know, y'all come, you know, second.
Or third.
Or fourth.
I don't think I never said no. I was like, oh.
I don't want to.
I never said no.
Call one of us. We'll do it.
I was like, oh.
All right, well, so let's say yes to these questions.
Okay, we better play this game called The Game. I never really gave it a title. It's just The Game.
The game. Okay, got
So
it.
you got to put your hand in there. You got to pull something out, and then you got to give it to Shannon.
I'll handle it.
I got to read.
There you are. There you are, dear.
I gotta answer it.
Yeah.
Yes.
How has a past relationship shaped your current view of love?
Okay, so peep it, right? Sicily, 1947.
Right.
I was in this one relationship, and you know, abuse looks different to different people, right? I won't say he was abusive because there was no hands, there was no whatever. But the person that he made me feel like within myself, I began to abuse myself.
Right.
So I think that getting out of that relationship was the beginning of me getting into a relationship with myself.
Makes sense.
And I think that that's where I got to the point where, okay, you know, I felt like I needed this person. I needed to be married. I needed to Man, marriage is not a deal breaker for me no more.
Right.
I want a good partner. I want somebody that I can do life with. You feel me? Somebody that I can actually like grow with, share with, fall with, dust each other off. Oh shit, what we learned. All right, let's go again. You know what I'm saying? But I think that because I went through that, you know, that even though that made me lose a lot of respect for a lot of different things, it made me have to do the self-work and the self-discovery to figure out what I wanted. There's this movie that Julia Roberts did called The Runaway Bride. And the part of the reason, like, she kept getting like engaged. And at the altar, she would take her ass off. Like she had on her cleats, feel me? And I got to that point because it was like, okay, you know, a couple of guys have asked and I'm like, okay, could I? No, because I realized I had been living for them. I had catered and morphed myself into that exact human that they wanted me to be. And it was great until it wasn't.
Yeah.
So now I'm on some come as I am with the understanding that I'm on my growth cycle. If you help me grow, I'll pour back into you. If not, then you got to be over there.
I love that. If it ain't growing, it's dead.
I know that's right. That was great.
Thanks.
If it ain't growing, it's dead, boy. Just so articulate. My goodness.
That was great.
No.
Oh Lord.
I like it.
What was first say? What's the question? Let's
go.
That's the question.
What are your thoughts on open relationships? Can they work? Please don't say no.
What's my thoughts on open relationships and can they work? It all depends on. I just feel like it all depends on communication. It all depends on communication. What type of woman you dealing with? You know what I mean? Like a lot of that depends on religion as well. But I don't know. I ain't never been in no open relationship, so I can't really speak on that.
Why your teeth?
What's she say? I didn't hear it.
You got every toothpick on both of them.
I can't speak on that. I don't know. I ain't never been in an open relationship. So I can't necessarily speak on that, but I know communication is key, and I do know people that are in open relationships and they actually have a great time together. So I don't know. I might have to explore that.
Oh,
To each their own.
hey.
You know.
You landed right up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm going on.
That's
going
mine.
on. I gotta
It's
read
my
it.
turn.
You gotta pick it. I gotta learn the game. Go ahead, and you gotta give it to me. I hope this mother sucker is amazing too. I hope it make you dig all the way in the bottom of it. It's blank, ladies. And gentlemen. Yeah, you gotta give me another. Oh, you wanted to double up? Ooh, I like this one. And the shorter they are, the more spicy they are.
Oh, Lord.
What was the worst thing your ex ever did to you? Loaded gun.
Find it.
One in the head.
The worst thing, probably my last situation. When we split, he got with my ex-best friend from high school. You
Damn.
knew about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so me and her split 3 years prior to that. And that whole year, she had been calling from different numbers trying to reach me. I just blocked the next number or whatever. And then we finally had a conversation. I said, I don't think we should be friends right now. So this before him. Now, mind you, we all went to high school together too.
Okay.
So
And the guy.
And the guy.
Yeah.
So I always typically go back to what I'm used to. Went to school, he know me, ain't got to try to figure me out. But
Spin the block.
yeah, that shit ain't worth spinning on. But so what happened was we split. Told come get your shit. Boom, boom, boom. We split. Then I get a call from his ex-best friend. Lex, what kind of vehicle you guys say? I got a truck. Why? You ever seen a Ford Focus in the at Rashawn's neighborhood? Damn, I said the name. Damn.
Yeah.
Take that out.
What
of
time?
So then look. So I said, nah. He said, I'm not even about to waste your time. He said, hey man, your folk dealing with. I said, what? So that was the day he was coming to get his stuff. As soon as he pulled up, I said, hey, you messing with such and such? He was like, no. He's like, where you get that from? Get that information, because they good salesmen, right? Where you get that information from? I said, don't worry about it, yay or nay. He said no. That night, our best friend, we played middle school ball together. We all know each other. I told her earlier in the day, find out for me. She said, give me 24 hours. Call me back. She said, I ain't need 24 hours.
CSI.
I said, what happened? She said, I don't want to tell you this, but we're going to have to call on through it. Hold on. She called the friend, and she was like, Lex, is there anything you want to ask her? I was like, nah, but it's the third time y'all done came to me, so dang, you messing with my ex or something? We been messing around. So mind you, we going back and forth for a solid 3 minutes, right? Guess what I hear in the background? So then, out of nowhere, jump on the phone. Can I say something? Everyone's like, get off the phone. Get off the that was probably the worst. That was probably the worst of the
Trash.
Listen, that's what I don't believe. Listen, that happened. I found out about that situation a month later, but she said they've been.
Right.
They've been, and then she went so far as to say high school. I ain't know nothing about that.
Wow.
But even if you say been, to me, a man say, or a woman saying been is recently, like in the last couple of weeks. Mm-hmm. And we just broke up last month. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I looked at it. And I said, y'all all foul anyway. It don't even matter. But then what happened was they split. He come try and knock. I was like, you can't come back here, King. You know how to figure it out. You can't come back here. Over with it.
That's serious.
God
All
damn.
right.
It's on you.
All right. Yeah.
I ain't bring my glasses and stuff, so he gonna have to read it.
All right, bet.
How often do you get tested? Well, I don't get that question though.
Probably
Yes,
for ST. I do blood work 3 or 4 times a year. Because I'm glad this came up. I take TRT, which is testosterone replacement therapy. For all you men out here that don't take TRT, you better go tighten up. There's not enough testosterone in a lot of foods. It's crazy. So if a lot of soy boys out here, just look at that.
What's that?
Soy boys? People that got breasts.
I want my mom.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I ain't trying to hit dog or holler. Anyway, but I have to do that because you got to get your blood work checked often when you're doing that type of stuff. You got to check your PSA. You got to check your hemoglobin. You got to check these things to make sure everything's in balance. You got to check your liver markers. Yep. So I do blood work 3-4 times a year. Shout out Progressive Medical Center. You know what I'm saying? In Dunwoody, you know what I'm saying? So that's my peoples. I've been going there since 2006. 19 years. You know, it's the largest integrative medicine facility in the Southeast. Dr. Agoli, my guy.
I know, Dr. Agoli, we thank you.
Yeah.
For
Stem
sure.
cells, all of it. Cryotherapy, infrared sauna, hyperbaric chamber. Check your blood, and they'll take your blood and they'll tell you your personal deficiencies
What
for
you're
you.
missing.
So it's not going to be like you going to GNC and getting a vitamin, a multivitamin. Everything you need is tailor-made for you.
Yeah. I think y'all also need to get into hot yoga. It's really a stress reliever. It's, obviously I know for me, it relaxes me. I go there to Joe's studio, Joe Johnson, ISO Yoga, Midtown. Please check in, tell him Reality Table sent you. But no, I think when he played ball and obviously he shifted to yoga, but the thing is, you can see how he is as a person now. He's real quiet, but he explains to us that yoga kind of changed his life when he was playing.
I did yoga, hot yoga, Bikram during my career. And it's amazing.
Yeah.
Anytime you can get in there and sweat, whether it's a sauna,
facts.
I like that
yoga,
steam room. Give me a good steam room.
Whatever floats your boat. As long as you're getting, as long as you're getting them toxins out.
Yeah.
And I call it exercising your demons, because you got to exercise the demons. Toxins that we breathe in are actually demons, and you have to sweat those things out in order to get the demons out. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I look at exercise, the gym, like that, guarding your mind.
Yeah.
Guard your ministry. Guard your money. That's the real gym.
Guard your Bible.
No, guard your mind. GYM.
Yeah, your Bible too.
That's jib or something like that. Gym is guard your mind. GYM.
I'm not talking about his spelling. I'm just saying in general, guard your Bible.
Yeah, I love the Bible.
He like to do these little acronyms every week, and then these runs and spills and real. Tell him.
I
Give me another one.
Nah, it got to be organic. I ain't no parrot. I got to feel that shit when I say it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got to feel it when I say it. Queen.
Is it my pool? Is it my pool? We want to get
You want to go? You want to go around?
You want another one?
Yeah, let's go another round. Let's go there. Make sure you pass it to the. Yeah.
I want this to be good. Is it good?
I don't know yet. Let's see. It's lengthy.
Is what?
I see. You got to ask. You seem like the type that's gonna answer this one. So last time we threw this one away. Have you ever had a paranormal or unexplainable experience?
Oh, absolutely.
What happened?
Okay. So
Which one? Which time are you talking about?
So my last name is McKinney. My father, whose name I had, just passed this past July. But before that, my biological father is named Tony. Last name is Washington. And he passed when I was 18. Didn't really get to know him. I knew him for about a year before he transitioned. And it was a couple of things that happened in that time frame, right? So woke up at like midnight in December. I'm planning to go down there for Christmas. I'm living in Waco, Texas. He was living in San Antonio. And so I'm getting ready to take a bus to go down there and go and see him and try to just get to know who I am, because I was just always kind of the black sheep. Yeah. So I wake up at like midnight and I'm with my significant other at the time. And I'm like, hey, I need to call my dad. He said, you crazy. It's midnight, quit tripping. Right. So I was like, you right. Go to sleep. 30 minutes later, hey, no, I really need to call my dad. And this is somebody that I had literally known, like really gotten to know for the past 6 months. And so I call and he doesn't answer. Go figure. But then 30 minutes after that, I get a call from the hospital. He has been playing basketball and just sat down and just stopped breathing and started to pass away. So the time that I was talking about, I need to call him, he was getting ready to leave.
Right. Wow. Felt that.
So then a little after that is when I find out that I'm pregnant. And my son's original due date was the 1 year anniversary of my father leaving. So I felt like God was giving me my dad back, and I got a different opportunity to get to experience this human, which I think is a big part of why Cairo and I are so close. And then, I feel like different ancestors kind of lead me in different directions. We all have our guardian angels that come in different ways, but mine has been a couple of different forms. I've seen the orb that ain't supposed to be, like, it's just this light, right? And it's like, oh, I'm not scared, I'm not tripping, but you ain't supposed to be here. So what you trying to tell me? Or, that moment, there was another moment where, and we take this for granted so often, I drive a Tesla and my self-driving mechanism wouldn't work. And that pissed me off, like real bad, real mad.
Right.
And so I'm sitting there talking to the people, right?
Yeah.
And so they fixed it. It takes about 15 minutes. I'm supposed to be someplace, but I had so much peace. And as a Virgo, again, if I'm late, I'm mad. Like, I can wait for other people. I can never have people waiting for me. But I had so much peace going there. And it was like, oh, okay. I look back and there was a real bad accident about the time that I was supposed to be someplace. Those are those supernatural things that I don't think we really take into account as much as we should, because sometimes that moment of pause, that moment of hesitation, or that rush to get someplace can be the thing that God has done to kind of make you dodge that bullet in that person.
Sure.
So I feel like I have supernatural experiences every day.
That's hard.
up.
That's hard.
That's
what's
tough.
up.
What do I say? My bad. It look empty.
He's chunking things.
Right.
Have you ever had a celebrity crush, and who was it?
No, I don't know. Maybe when I was younger. I'm trying to think though. That's tough. I used to like Felicia Rashad. She was so pretty to me. I'm talking about super, super pretty. Like, she was just super, super, super pretty to me. And she was a good mama on TV and everything. I'll probably have to say Felicia Rashad.
Good choice.
Old school.
I like
That was easy.
Yeah, that was a good choice.
Yeah.
Felicia Rashad is. No, don't I have to pick it?
Nah, she got to get it and pass it to you.
Yo, I'm tripping. This game got me throwed, bro.
That's that Bethune-Cookman education.
Okay, whatever. What's the strangest thing that's happened in your romantic history?
Why you?
You got another one. Well, nah, because we going to do another one.
Yeah, 'cause
pick it.
No, she got to answer the question.
No, because, but I'm saying she just
We don't get to pick twice.
No, I'm saying it was just the same
It was
thing.
basically the same
What
okay.
happened to your
Yeah,
ex?
yeah.
Like, I was just saying.
Yeah, she had
to
already
me,
told us.
unless you got a different answer.
Listen, I ain't
She
telling
said
you.
that she had already started digging.
Trying to help you out, shit. With my Bethune education. Is it appropriate to go through? Oh, this is even better. Is it appropriate to go through your partner's belongings without their permission?
No.
Hell no.
Hard no.
No. Hard no. I don't do that.
I love it. Are you landing there?
Land.
You don't have anything else to rebut?
No. I think that if you're supposed to trust someone, you trust them, but at the same time, you know if a motherfucker moves somewhere else and you like, oh, he in the shower, you know what I'm saying? This is my chance. Because some people do that. This is my chance. I think that's corny, because if you feel that way, there's something in there.
Why you there? Why you there?
That's my
That part.
point.
If you gotta look and do all that, why you there, homie?
Yeah,
That
I think
part.
that we all supposed to, we supposed to come together, but at the same time, our privacy is our privacy.
Yep.
You know, because there's things that go on with me that I've probably never told nobody in my life. And there's things that I choose to share, which is, again, sometimes oversharing. But the point is, I've learned certain things I don't speak on. You know,
One thing I know about a woman, she gonna keep that thing close to the chest, boy.
Yeah.
She gonna keep it close. Go ahead, it's your life. Let's go, cause
No, it's your
on you.
turn. God.
Give it to Shannon. Give it to Shannon.
All right, come on.
You slow.
What is going on?
Oh, we keep picking the same. Should you disclose your sexual history to your partner?
Hold on, we gotta do another one.
Nah, do it. Yeah.
All right.
He gonna say it now.
Oh shit, you gotta pick.
Oh, see, I ain't the only one. Okay, boom. Let's do it.
What's the funniest pet name you ever called your partner?
God damn.
Tell the truth.
Big Red. What's up, Big Red? You feel me? I'm a country nigga, man. What y'all want from me? Big Red. Big Red. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what you want?
You're gonna land there?
She was light skinned.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
Of
I mean, if I
course.
call, she
I
was.
mean, shoot, there was.
I
Big
could have called her
Shirley,
Big
there's
Blight. I
Big
could have
Red.
said Big Blight too. Now I don't discriminate, but in this case, she was fair skinned woman. Called her Big Red.
Big Red.
Big Red, you know what I'm saying? Big
I think I'll
Red.
be pissed somebody
Big Red
called
used
me
to have
Big
that thing. Big Red, man. What y'all want me to do? Y'all should have never asked me. I'm too authentic. Ugh.
Listen, we want to thank our sponsors. Big Red, Big
Big Red. Big Red. Shout out to you, Big Red. You did.
Oh,
You
yeah.
did your thing. You did your thing. Bro.
One of our sponsors, Denson CPA. If you ever need a CPA, he's located in Marietta, Georgia. DM the reality table. We'll give you all his information. House of Elysium is our current and now our home for the Reality Table podcast. If you're ever off Auburn Avenue, pull up. We're going to have some parties here, wherever y'all at. We're going to, it's 3 stories. So you got the downstairs, you got this, and you got the rooftop. Rooftop is about to go crazy this summer. And our last sponsor from Chicago is Press Charles 1923 Hot Sauce. authenticity and marketable to everyone.
Authenticity?
Authenticity.
Authenticity.
I don't know. Authenticity. And marketing to everyone. So that's Be Valentine for Chicago. At the end, so we're gonna ask you to leave. If there's one thing that you could let someone know before we go, what would that be? If you could give any advice to anyone, what would that be?
I'm going to spin the block on what I said before. Remember the you that you want to be in all things. You know, that includes your relationships, your friendships, your work life, your workflow, your inner peace, what you allow, what you don't allow, what you exclude, all of it. Remember who you want to be.
Let them know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me at Demetria, the number 4 real on Instagram. I don't really do Facebook. It's been hacked too many times. And yeah, that's it.
That's it. Mr. Brown.
The one thing I can leave is just be yourself, be authentic. Don't let nobody veer you off your path or what you're trying to do when it comes to success and trying to, be the best person that you could be. So y'all can find me at __Shannon __Brown __ on IG. It's a lot of underscores, but you get the picture, though. You get the picture.
If you type his name, y'all would probably just type Shannon Brown. It might come up. I'm just saying, for those of y'all who don't know, Stevie Baggs Jr. on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Facebook. Go put your face in a book.
Oh,
I'm going to land there.
What advice would you give someone?
I'm going to land there. Go put your face in a book. You got to listen, bro. Silent and listen got the same letters.
Hey, it went over my head.
Hey, man, everybody ain't at the Eagle Institute. You know what I'm saying?
God,
So if you
and the chicken coop.
If you at the Eagle Chicken Academy, I'm just playing. Go put your face in a book, y'all.
Woo. If I could leave advice for one person or anybody who's listening to this podcast, I'm sure y'all listening, it would be to give people grace. Give people grace because, again, you don't know what happened, what they've been through, their trauma. You don't know what happened that day. And honestly, man, smile more because sometimes a smile can change a person's whole day.
Facts.
The Reality Table on Instagram. Follow us, YouTube, all platforms, The Reality Table. alexiaadams24 is my personal IG. Follow me. Don't DM me. Lex Enterprises, the Connect, one call away. So if you need something, no matter what it is, just give me a call.
Alexiaadams, but she plugged in like a socket.
Okay.
____.
Yeah.
Season 4 of the Reality Table signing out.
Lil' Shawty makes the pain with the passion. Shawty take this trip by accident. She just fell in love, think it's magic. Anything you want, I made it happen. Learn from the past, left the